Good morning, guys. I just wanted to say hi whilst I could. I am at work right now, and so I'm starting my little challenge. We're gonna see how much I read. I'm currently in the middle of, I mean 9% in, to Deep End by Ellie Hazelwood. It's Valentine's Day, so we're gonna do a little romance reading today at work. I don't know what else I'm gonna read yet, but I have a lot of things to get to. I have a lot on my Libby, so we'll be reading lots this week. You're gonna hold me accountable, but we start now, 8 a.m. Enough for this video. It's Sunday. It's been 2 days. It's almost 4 p.m. on Sunday, which would give me like maybe 2 hours of reading time before I have to go to game night. So this is like the most realistic reading week of my life because I have been so busy at work that normally in the off season, I'll probably do this video again or my work's like off season when it's not so crazy and busy all the time, and you can see like how drastically different my reading is. But because it's really crazy and busy right now in the moment, I maybe can finish half of an audiobook to maybe a full audiobook in a day, and that's literally it. And I haven't talked to you guys about them at all. I get home and I'm just freaking exhausted. Also, me and my hair are on a bit of a journey trying to figure out how to make the waves better because my hair is apparently wavy. I, on Friday, started Deep End by Ellie Hazelwood, and Saturday at work, I finished it. Wow, is this one steamy? It was a lot of scenes happening between our two characters that were quite intimate, and I was a little red in the face, a little flush while listening at the office, but it was fine. I did like it. I enjoyed the, like, pre-med students, wannabes, at least they're like, that's their goal, is to be pre-med, but also like swimmers and divers and an Olympic swimmer and blah blah blah. I think that Lucas was like the perfect bookman. He truly did not have a single flaw to him, which I feel is unrealistic for men. And I do get the, like, you know, there's escapism to reading romance, and men written by women are always just superior, but I do wish that we had a little bit more depth to him. We don't get his perspective, but in the audiobook we do get him speaking his lines. Like when there is dialogue between the two, we do get to hear him, which I think is fun because I liked his accent. He was a good narrator. Mainly is following our main girl, whose name is Scarlett, but they also call her Vandy, and I missed why. Scarlett is fine. They go to Stanford. She's a diver on this team, and she had a pretty bad injury, and they thought she wasn't going to be able to continue diving, but she healed, she had a surgery, everything was well, but she's got like a mental block about the specific type of dive that she needs to work on, and that's basically your internal conflict, is she has anxiety and seems maybe a little bit PTSD about the injury, and just, you know, everything that comes with that. And I think that's fine, but I don't feel like that had a lot of plot or a lot of room for growth. Like, okay, she starts dating a guy, sort of. They have an agreement because they're both kinky, and so they have like a little sexual agreement, but she is just so daft when it comes to like him being so blunt about how he feels, and she's like, no, he would never actually like me. And it's like, what do you mean? He's been so kind to you. Like, there was a part where he's like, Scarlett, I know you think I'm mean, but actually, and I'm like, when have you ever? What? So, I don't know. It was telling me things that I didn't see or agree with. So I had issues with that. Again, there was really no plot to this book. And the plot that we did get was usually the ex-girlfriend just being a menace for no reason. And I found her so annoying. I found a lot of the characters annoying, but I love Lucas. So I think realistically, this book is probably closer to a 3.5, but I did round it up to 4 because I had fun. I did enjoy it. It's definitely on the steamier side of Ellie Hazelwood's romance, but I thought it was good. I really liked Lucas. I had fun with it. I didn't really like go into it critiquing a whole lot, but I do wish there was just more plot, like more going on, more character growth, more reasons to root for them. rather than just being like healthy and perfect from the beginning. I don't know. It was an interesting experience for Natalie Hazelwood especially, but I had fun nonetheless. And then after that, I picked up This Wicked Fate, which is the sequel to This Poison Heart by Kaylin Barnes. I'm so sorry if all that information was wrong. I read the first book in 2022, which was a very long time ago. I truly was like, maybe 23, maybe it was 23. I truly was like, girl, you don't know what you're doing. I have lost the entire plot, and I, read the synopsis, I looked up spoilers, like, I thought I was ready to get back into this series and the world, like, I knew where we left off, but every side character, except for Mo, I'm like, who are these people? And I am 85% into it. I didn't quite finish it yesterday. I truly have, like, 25 minutes left of the audiobook, but, like, girl, who are these people? I have sat through this whole book, and let's keep in mind, I was working, I was pausing a lot in between. It took me a 10-hour shift to listen to like 3 hours of this book, but I am just confused on who these people are, and I completely missed in the first book, somehow, how tied this story is to Greek mythology. Like, I didn't get it, and now we've got a character named Circe, a character Persephone, and like all this Greek god stuff going on, and I'm just like, I've missed a lot. I simply have like just completely blocked out this story, and I enjoyed the first book. I like the first book a lot more than the sequel, though, and I think that's also kind of something to do with it. Like, it's hindering my enjoyment and experience overall, just because it's whatever. If we're being super honest with ourselves, it's just fine so far. I don't love the characters. I understand the mission, but they're going on like, it's taking a very long time. Like, I don't words, Samantha. Put your thoughts into words. Basically, it's a mission quest type story, which is fine. Like, that's not a big deal. But we're following a teenager who is tasked to basically go to the underworld. And I won't say why, because I don't want to spoil the first book. I think the writing is fine. I'm enjoying the duology. But she's playing heavily into the Greek mythology of it all. And I'm just a little bit confused how we're going to wrap up this entire story in such a short period of time. Like, I think, not sped up, I have an hour and something, like maybe an hour and a half left of the book. And so it feels like the ending might be really rushed for what we're trying to accomplish. Like, you have to not only complete the mission objective quest line, but you also have to like wrap up any and all of the like character conflicts and like reuniting and understandings and blah blah blah. Like, it just feels like a lot needs to happen in an hour and a half. But also, up until this point into the book, where we're coming to the end, nothing has happened. Like, I think I am obviously part of the problem. Like, reading books at this time of my life, I'm so busy with work. Obviously, I'm not going to read everything perfect and, like, catch on to everything, which is why romance is usually a bit easier, because I don't have to relearn a whole fantasy world. But I just don't think that I'm liking this, so I'm a little bummed about it. I'll probably end up reading a bunch of reviews afterwards to be like, where did I go wrong? What did I miss? How did I miss? It's just it's one of those things where I love to pride myself. I'm like, I can go 3 years without touching a series and jump right back into it, no problem. And then I do it in some of the series. I'm like, what happened? Why? I think I know what happens, and then I clearly don't. So I'm being humbled, I think, in this moment. But it is Sunday. It is now 4 p.m. I've been yapping for a very long time, and I apologize. But I don't have strong plans on reading today, which is unfortunate. We are having game night with our friends this evening at Third Place, so I'm going to be unavailable for like the next 4 hours, so I probably won't get a lot of reading done. Oh, I did also start reading a little bit in bed, His Mortal Demise, which I have the arc of. Thank you, Night Oh my god! This is the sequel from Vanessa Lay of The Last Blood Carver, and I really enjoyed the first book, so I'm really excited to see where this one goes. But because I'm just reading it, like, sprinkling before bed, like 10 pages here, a chapter there, it's taking me a moment, like a hot second, to get back into this story where I'm just like, I know where we left off, because it was like a crazy cliffhanger, and I was so excited to jump back into this world. But the way that it's being written has me very intrigued, because we're getting a dual POV, a lot of flashback timeline situations, but at the same time, I'm like, I don't know if this is quite what I was expecting from the story. So it's interesting, and I will keep reading it and see how that goes. But those are the 2 books I'm actively reading: This Wicked Fate and His Mortal Demise. I put His Mortal Demise on my February TBR, and it's just straight ebook, no audiobook in sight. It's not going to come out until like a couple months, I think. So I don't know how I expect to finish it in 2 weeks because I'm just slow. So that's fine. We'll figure that out when the time comes. How much reading I'll realistically get done today on my one day off? Not a whole lot, but hopefully on Wednesday I can get a lot of reading done. I am supposed to be doing a buddy read. I've got readathons happening. There's so much happening and I feel behind. And I don't like that feeling, but alas, that's where we are at in this realistic reading for a week in my very busy work life week. I'm disappointed, but also that's realistic, so I can't be mad about it. But I am severely slacking on my February TBR, so there's a lot of reading that we've got to start doing. So you're gonna start holding me accountable, okay? Good morning. It is Monday, and I'm getting ready to go to work. But I wanted to check in. Last night I ended up finishing This Wicked Fate whilst in bed, just, casually getting ready to sleep. And it was exactly what I expected. It ended exactly how you would think. There was no twists, no whammies, nothing like that. It was just standard, exactly what you expected, which I don't think makes it bad, but I think at the end I'm going to give it 3 stars because I wasn't feeling that connected to the characters. I definitely felt a little lost coming back into this world, which is more on me than it is the book itself. But as much as I love these characters and the relationship these characters have with each other and like the bonds between like the daughter and the mothers, like I love that. Besides the strong character relationships, I didn't really care about the plot, and I don't know, I think if it wasn't so predictable and expected, I would have maybe enjoyed it a little bit more. But also if I didn't maybe take 2 years in between the series, I would have enjoyed it more. So that's it for me. I'm off to work. I know I have this thriller to listen to today, and besides that I don't know what my plans are, so we'll find out. Hi, how are we doing? It's been 2 days? Oh my god, has it been 2 days? I'm really happy that I ended up doing this when I did. As we know, this is realistically what I'm reading in a week, how my day-to-day really looks. But truly my day-to-day is wake up, go to work for currently 11-hour shifts, and then come home to eat food and then sleep. Like, the reading that I do is so minimal at work right now, and the reading at home is near impossible. I can't focus. I'm so exhausted. I'm overworked. I'm stressed. I was in the car yesterday going to work, and I genuinely almost started crying while just listening to a random song. I was like, okay, yeah, she's unwell. This morning I had a dentist appointment, so that was fun. The day can start officially. It's like almost 2 o'clock. I would love to pre-film a bunch of stuff because I'm going to be working like 60 hours next week, which is really fun for me, really cool, really excited about that actually. So I'm going to be working a lot, and I want to be a little bit ahead on filming so I can at least post 1 video a week during these times. So yeah, I'm going through it, and I'm not trying to complain. Like, I am thankful for having this job. I'm thankful that out of the year, only 4 months are really like hectic and chaotic, and then the rest of the year is a job, which is a little bit more chill and calm. I am thankful for having this job. There's been a lot of changes in a very short period of time, a lot of kind of traumatic things going on, if you will, and so it's just kind of been a lot things that I can't also share on the internet, so it's like I just keep it to myself. But a lot has been happening. But since then I have finished 2 books and made good progress in a third, so I need to update you guys on a lot of things now. The first book that I listened to was Anywhere You Run by Wanda M. Morris. This is sort of the prequel to All Her Little Secrets. Yes, I believe so, which was a Literally Dead book club pick in 2022 or 3 or some time ago. And so I read it for that, and so that's why I know of Wanda M. Morris. This is her, I think, 3rd book, but it's like a loose prequel because it's set in the same world. It's a thriller horror, so like obviously it's set in the real world. This one is, I think, interesting. It's definitely more of a slow, realistic horror, talking about like how the Jim Crow times were and just how prevalent racism was then, and you can see a lot of like the microaggressions, and obviously it was a lot more intense with like people viciously being murdered on the streets and cops not caring, but it's still like you can take away snippets of what happened then and apply it to today and how it's all the same but just has shifted. Like the slurs have shifted over time, even though they're still being said. That's still like the intent behind messaging. It's just a different word to appease the people, and that although people aren't just necessarily being outright harmed for their views, like you can be in a relationship with somebody of another race and it's not as shocking to the world, but it's still something that's being discussed. Like it's not a topic that's gone away. It's still a thing. It's just maybe not as big of a thing. But overall, this is following two sisters, Marigold and Violet, and each of them are kind of running away from their lives down in the South. Jackson, Mississippi is where the story begins, and they are running from what events transpired at the beginning. I don't necessarily want to say the full synopsis because I do think it kind of gives some of the stuff away, but I will say that while they're on the run, trying to find their new lives, trying to find their footing, and just kind of going through the trials of life as Black women in the 60s and trying to find better while also fighting for justice and rights and freedom, and like the right to vote was a very big discussion in this book. And overall, I did like it, but my biggest thing is it's definitely a slow burn horror, but it's not like scary in the sense of like, oh, allegory for ghosts and racism, but just scary in the sense of like, oh my god, this is history, and history is intense sometimes. But my biggest issue was just that there weren't thrills, so it was really just a character study of what was going on. The mysteries didn't hook me. I was not super invested in what had happened and what they were running from and what they were currently doing, but I did like the good for you ending. Like it's definitely got that good for her feel to it, which I did enjoy. And overall, it didn't leave me with like a bad feeling and it was just like tense and unsettling, but important is the best way that I can, discuss it. But the next thing that I read was way shorter, and I was like, okay, I'm reading Anywhere You Run. This is heavy, this is a little bit darker, there's more tension, there's more like confronting history and what's going on, and with the state of the world right now, I know that we're all kind of going through it. So just having like, oh, this happened and then now is happening, so it was kind of a lot. So I was like, I'm gonna find something that's a bit shorter, a little bit easier. It's gonna be fine. I made a mistake. I started The Curious Kitten of the Chibeniko Kitchen. I'm sorry if I'm totally butchering that, but this is a Japanese translated little short book. It's basically Before the Coffee Gets Cold, but it's a kitchen, and the whole premise is that you can go there and you can have your last meal and you can kind of speak with a loved one who's passed. And so obviously this is dealing with grief the whole time. It's nothing but grief the whole time. I was crying on like page 2. Like I was listening to the audiobook and I just emotional from the beginning. So this wasn't like the best pick for me necessarily. It wasn't like, good job, Sam, you really picked something light and easy, because I went from like nice romances that were easy peasy, and then I went to fantasy that I just like could not quite get my brain into, to horror and sad Japanese translated fiction. My genres have been all over the place this week, but it's fine. I did enjoy it. I gave it 4 stars. It really does have Before the Coffee Gets Cold kind of feel. I've noticed that a lot of that type of magical realism, food type of story is really popular. Anywho, I really enjoyed that this gave us like little recipes. Will I ever make them? Simply no. I am a classic white girl who has a lot of weird food rules and texture rules, and I need like the same 20 meals at all times or I simply would perish. So I think that was really fun. I loved hearing them describe how you make the food and like the ingredients and stuff. I thought that really added a nice element. It's just, I know that it's not my taste. I enjoyed it. I implore anybody who is adventurous with their food, unlike me, to please check it out. And then the last thing that I have started and have 45 minutes left of is One of Us Knows by Alyssa Cole. Now this book is bringing back the excitement of reading for me. It's still kind of heavy, like it has a lot of like the social commentary of horror, but it's not so like heavy, intense that my little stressed, overwhelmed self can like have a good time still. But I cannot speak on the representation. I'm in a blanket statement. I do not have dissociative identity disorder, blah, 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 disorder. I cannot say if this is good representation. I've watched YouTube channels that have talked about it, so I'm knowledgeable on the subject, but it's never going to be the same as like having the disorder and knowing what having a system is like. I just like it. I don't know. But I am enjoying it. I'm liking getting to know all of these different alters and how they all flow within their system, and like how the trauma has been shaking things up and just the minutiae of it. It's all about this girl, Ken, who is kind of a little bit down on her luck. She's getting evicted from her apartment. She's lost her job or like residency at a school or something, and is needing somewhere to go. One of the alters decided to apply for a job position, a groundskeeper at a manor of a little gothic house, if you will. And I'm loving the atmosphere of this. I think that it is delicious. I think it's so good. I think that Alyssa Cole really writes mystery thrillers in a way that I like. I really enjoyed When No One's Watching. I really enjoyed that when I read it. I know that Alyssa Cole, I think, primarily focuses on romance, which is totally fine. It's just not my thing, so I always get very excited when a thriller is released. We have just gotten to the point where death has happened, and I have finished majority of the book. I'm 76% into it, and like 70% maybe is when like the synopsis really kicks off. A lot of it is just set up, getting to know the character, getting to know the characters, I guess, getting to know the position that they're in and the job, and I am liking it. I don't feel like it's delivering fully on the synopsis, but overall, like, I haven't had complaints. I think it's just an easy thriller to listen to. I think that it's hitting the beats that I need it to. It's like a weird comfort thing. Like, it's like the author's writing, like, it's not a comforting story. I'm on edge. I'm like worried about what's gonna happen. I don't know how it's gonna end, but the writing of Alyssa Cole just makes me feel good. Like, I don't know how else to describe it. I just enjoying it. So that's where I'm at with my reading. I will maybe finish it today, just listening to it. Like, maybe I'll play some Sims, because I've been really in a Sims mood lately. The new pack is coming out soon. There's the rewards event, so I might play some more Sims. I did last night. I didn't film it, sorry. I was really stressed. My Sims caught my house on fire 2 different instances so close together because they're scared of fire, and I'm like, can we stop doing that? Just cook a meal. So I was getting overwhelmed last night, so I had to stop playing. So that was my evening, and that's why I didn't check in with you guys last night. That's where we are at with my reading thus far. That's been the last 2 days. We still have 3 days left of this vlog, which is crazy for me. Like, this week has felt so long already. I'm hoping to make progress in a new book. I don't know. I have like vlogs that I wanted to do, and now I'm like, I don't think I can manage doing them because I simply just don't have the spoons. So I'm wondering how to shift my TBR to just read things and it being okay if it's not in a vlog, and I'll just talk about things in my wrap up and just shift my plans and content around, I guess. For now, this is my very long check-in because I haven't talked to you in 2 days, and I will check in with you guys a bit later once I've actually started reading. No, good afternoon. Oops. How's it going? I've reorganized my shelves once again, as you saw, and I'm on my second watch through of Wicked today alone. So that's really cool for me. Yesterday, I think I showed you guys, I watched Wicked again also and played The Sims and really just did not do a whole lot. I spent many hours playing The Sims, and it was very nice for me because it's, for the most part, a pretty like simple way of not feeling stressed out unless everything, like, you know, goes horribly wrong, but it went mostly fine. I'm playing kind of like a rags to riches. It's the Tiny Town challenge that Deligracy, I think is her name, created. So I've been playing that in my spare time, and it's been fun. I'm playing with the gemology stuff right now and I'm having a great time, but that's kind of what has been going on with me. It's just like, this is my last weekend, like true weekend, where I have 2 days back to back off for a while. And I'm kind of just trying to use this time to unwind the best that I can, because I know that it's just gonna get more crazy, especially as we get closer to March. So I'm trying to just take it easy on myself and not force myself to read a bunch of things. I am hoping to still get some reading done, but overall, I'm kind of just like, if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. And that's kind of how I'm going to feel about reading for the foreseeable future. I've currently read 12 books this month, which I think overall, for a short month for being busy, is still very good for me. I last month read 20, and I don't think that's gonna happen until maybe summer again. So that's fine with me. I'm trying to just like shift my framework of like, all right, chill on the TBRs, chill on maybe some of the readathons, the buddy reads, because I'm just not gonna be able to pump them out right now. I feel bad because like Pokemon, I've completely neglected this whole first half of the year. Like, it's just not the moment, not the time, but it will be again soon, and I'm excited to have free time again and like be able to focus on fun content and new things. But for now, this is my life, and we're just gonna accept it. But I'm so happy with these shelves. They look so nice. I'm thrilled. Today, once Austin gets home from his little venture, he lost his wallet, and the gas station called him today, and it's 2 hours away because he was snowboarding. So he's getting his wallet today. And once he gets back, we're gonna play some video games. I tidied stuff today. I filmed some stuff for an upcoming video. So, you know, overall, like, it's been productive, and I will take that win. And I don't know, I don't want to make promises on reading. I will read tomorrow at work, but I do have to read a secret audiobook tomorrow at work, so I'll just have to tell you guys, like, I listened to X amount of hours, but I have to finish it tomorrow because it's due at like 5 p.m. So that's really cool. That's really fun for me. But I'm gonna go have lunch because I haven't eaten yet today. And this was my non-bookish update for you.